relationships and courtship, marriage and all is God's idea. It's not man's idea. Mostly relationships begin like marriage. And no wonder, Hilda, today we are having a challenge with marriages not happening because we got married before we married. You see, when I am in a relationship and I begin with a sexual relationship,
Yeah.
I am married.
You're married.
But I'm married to a person I don't know.
Yes, that is so true.
So definitely 2 years or 5 months to come, we are already fighting because we never got an opportunity to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If I began at 13, by the time I am 22, Hilda, I'll be confused.
Yes.
I'll be calling men are dogs, men and what other name which name is given to women? Women, marriage is a scam.
Marriage is a scam.
So all those things come because of abuse. I started wrong. It is like I tell young people when I'm speaking to teenagers, I tell them boy-girl relationship while in high school is like going and picking an unripe orange and eating it. You will hate oranges, not because oranges are not good, but because you ate your orange when it was not ripe.
Wow.
The original intention of God was that I will only start dating when I am ready for marriage. Dating without a goal is disastrous.
Welcome to Unfold, where we see with a different eye and of course visualize with a colorful mind. My name is Hilda Lumati and I believe in sharing knowledge. Did you know that there's a Christian way of dating and there's a Christian way of courting? And that process will help you have the right foundation and marry well. And not just marry well, you'll even stay in marriage. So today we're having a very interesting conversation on Christian dating and courtship. Get your notebook.
Praise the Lord. Thank you so much to just be a part of us today and watching Unfold. My name is Anne Karambu Mwangi. I am a counseling psychologist. I majorly narrow to the youth and children and teenagers. But also, of course, I do holistic wellness. So I narrow into so many other areas of counseling, and I'm happy to be here. I'm also a mother of 3, married for the last 18 years. I believe today we'll be having a fruitful conversation, a conversation that is going to shape our marriages, a conversation that is going to shape our relationships, and a conversation that is going to raise a godly generation, a generation that is going to live after God. Thank you.
Welcome to Unfold. This is where we look at life from a different angle, and it's such a blessing that you're here to bless us with what God has deposited in you. We are having a conversation around Christian dating and courtship, and I know God's desire for us is for us to have relationships.
Yeah.
And He's even said it in His Word. But now I think when people are going through the dating and courtship season, sometimes they're confused and they don't really know what they're supposed to be doing during that season.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between dating and courting?
Maybe, Hilda, we can begin from the point of, I think you said what God desires.
Yes.
It is good to say that relationships and courtship, marriage and all is God's idea. It's not man's idea.
Okay.
The reason as to why there is disorder and abuse is when we think that it is ours, so we do it our way. So being that it is God's idea,
Yes.
being that he is the author, there is an order. There is a structure. There is a way things are meant to be done. But you realize what has been causing a lot of challenges in our walk with God is the fact that we, in that aspect of relationship, we want to do it our way.
Yes.
So it's like I have prepared my own manuscript, and this is what I am following, but there is an original.
Yeah.
So if I am not using the original, then I will be malfunctioning. So because we are talking relationship God way, it is being able to understand the original intent of God for relationships. So this is where we begin.
Yes.
Even before getting to understand the dating and courtship.
Wow. So now that you've said we need to go back to the original kingdom agenda on how does God view this particular season? So what is dating?
Now, let's maybe answer the purpose of dating God's way. It is just that every other stage that we go through in life, because you grow up, you are a child, you become a teenager, and now you are a young adult who is ready to get into a marriage relationship. The challenge with dating now with our own understanding is that we start dating at the wrong time. And dating is simply fact-finding.
Fact-finding. Okay.
So I am trying to fact-find so that I can be able to know, is this person a person I would want to spend the rest of my life with? Oh. But now, Hilda, on this other flip side, the moment dating is mentioned, sex comes in.
Yes.
The moment dating is mentioned, we start thinking of support.
Yeah.
This person is supposed to be paying my fare, this person is supposed to be taking my rails, is supposed to be taking me out. And you realize now we've lost even the very purpose of dating, which is fact-finding. It's getting to know each other.
Getting to know each other.
But now, if the person I met last week, I am already having sex with them, I am receiving gifts from them, I am already demanding from them to give me money. Who is this person that I am demanding those things? So you realize people are it's like you bypass all the other steps of getting to know each other. You start doing that things that are done in marriage, because all those things I mentioned are only done in marriage.
Yes. That is very true.
They are not done in relationship.
Yes.
So when I bypass all of them and I bring marriage in dating and courtship, what happens is that there is going to be disorder.
Okay.
But the intention was that you get to know who is this person you're relating with. Once you've known, then now you can commit yourself to each other. Then inform family.
Okay.
After that, that is when now the inception of marriage begins. When I have even brought a third party who is maybe family, a church, and all that. But you see, mostly relationships begin like marriage. And no wonder, Hilda, today, we are having a challenge with marriages not happening. Because we got married before we married. You see, when I am in a relationship and I begin with a sexual relationship, I am married.
You're married.
But I am married to a person I don't know.
Yes, that is so true.
So definitely 2 years or 5 months to come, we are already fighting. Because we never got an opportunity to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask this question. When do you know you have started dating someone? Because I've seen people who say they're in situationships. They really don't know if, are we dating? What are we? You know, the what are we question. So what is that thing that shows now you are in a relationship? How does that begin?
Hilda, Again, I'll say disorder. Yes, the disorder has caused all these things. Even what he says, different zoning, all these things,
yes,
are not. If you even listen to the very word, it is not even in the English dictionary. So they don't. The same way that word does not exist is the same way even this thing that they call relationship does not exist. I feel like I want to go to the basics.
Yes, please.
When a person gets to a certain age, and we are talking of past teenage, I am around 22, 23 years.
Okay.
That is when I am ready for relationships.
Okay.
Not at 15.
Not at 15.
Not 13. But when do we begin? Class 7, class 6? 5 years, you hear parents, I hear parents making fun and asking our young kids, especially in kindergarten, asking them, do you have a boyfriend? And we laugh about it.
Yes. Do you have a girlfriend in school?
And an adult literally learns about it. But this same adult, when now I am 17 and I have met this boyfriend, my mom is causing drama. But when I was 5, you were asking me whether I have a boyfriend.
Yes, yes.
So you already planted a seed in me of distortion, because that is distortion. What is a 5-year-old supposed to be doing with a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Do they even understand what that is?
No.
So now let's say from around age 23, 24, from around 22, we are ready to start relating with people of the opposite sex in preparation for marriage. So dating is not for anything else.
Yes.
It's for marriage. But is that the case?
No.
Dating has been turned to an ATM.
Yeah.
Dating has been turned to my comfort. When I feel lonely, I need this person to feel good. Dating has been turned to something to help me feel wanted, needed, a remedy for self-esteem. So if my self-worth is affected, I look for a man or a woman that is going to make me feel a man, make me feel a woman.
Yes.
That is distortion. So allow me to just paint the reality. I know we may not be living in it. It will help that one who wants to walk right.
Yes.
So at around 22 there, I am relating with people now because I know in 2-3 years, I will be getting into a marriage relationship. So I want to connect with people of the opposite sex in view of choosing a person I can spend the rest of my life with. If I began at 13, by the time I am 22, Hilda, I'll be confused.
Yes.
I'll be calling men are dogs, men and what other name which name is given to women? Women, marriage is a scam.
Marriage is a scam.
So all those things come because of abuse. I started wrong. It is like I tell the young people when I'm speaking to teenagers, I tell them boy-girl relationship while in high school is like going and picking an unripe orange and eating it. You will hate oranges, not because oranges are not good, but because you ate your orange when it was not ripe.
Wow.
And that is exactly what has happened. And of course, it has such a devastating effect.
Yes.
in marriage. It does not affect the relationship. It affects the view of marriage. So if I am dating from the age of 13 all the way to the age of 25, Hilda, how many people will I have dated?
So many. In and out of relationships.
So when I am supposed to be getting married, how will I choose? Can you look at the confusion I will be having in my mind?
Yes.
Number one cause of trauma in that area of sexuality is dating Annie. One, Hilda, from the age of 12, getting to 13, 14, my hormonal system in my body and in the area of sexuality, it's so high that being able to be with a man or a woman in my life is trouble by itself. So when we talk sexual purity,
yes,
it becomes the hardest thing to do, because I am my hormones are being prepared for adulthood, so they have spiked up there. I mean, sexual attraction is high there, but I have also put somebody here who I'm not supposed to be having at that time.
Yes.
What is going to happen?
Well, you'll end up sleeping with this person. Yes.
So sexual purity becomes so hard to
Practice.
Yeah. But society has told us sex is fun.
Yes.
The way God created it, He never created sex for fun. It was not a sport. No. It's not a sport like football.
Yes.
Sex has its work, it has its sacredness, it has its assignment, and it is only in marriage. When it is practiced anywhere else, it causes abuse and pain. The very thing that produces Hilda now becomes pain. The very thing that advances generations now becomes the source of pain in the society. What is causing homicides in our time? You hear it is love triangle. You know, those things we hear in the media.
Yes.
What is love? Love triangle. People cannot fight if there is no sex involved. People will not
Is so true.
kill each other if there was no sex involved.
Yes.
But because we have chosen and made sex now as a sport, we have said, I think God was not didn't really know what is this He made. I think he did not know how sweet this thing is.
Yeah.
So we need to start serving it early and serving it to everyone.
Yes.
Now, the consequences is the pain we are facing in our society today. So the original intention of God was that I will only start dating when I am ready for marriage. Dating without a goal is disastrous.
Dating without a goal is disastrous. Wow.
Because where am I going?
Yes.
I have met you, Hilda, as a man. And we are dating without a goal. Are we not going to create that thing you are calling situations?
Yes.
And Fred Johnny?
Yes, that's so true.
Because I am meeting you every single day.
Yeah.
We are going to parks. We text each other. We get to know each other. For what?
There's no purpose.
Of course, someone will listen to me and will be like, then what am I supposed to do? I tell young people, relate with people of the opposite sex as friends and don't specialize. I know this language to me. We've spoken it, we've talked about it, we've told people even in church. And sometimes some of us are looked at as extremists. in that area, that is the right word to use. That if I start specializing at 13, 15, 17, there is this person I have made very special. Hilda, my body physically is demanding a touch, a hug. And this person is available.
Yes. I mean, why not? Why not?
So that is where we start now compromising and telling ourselves, we will think about it later.
Yeah.
Once I've sorted out this hormone thing. The challenge is hormones don't maintain relationships.
No, hormones don't maintain relationships. Wow.
So keep spiky. And there is a time they go to a plateau. They don't work. In fact, when was the last time your hormones were high?
I know.
You even forgot how it was feeling when you were a teenager.
Yeah.
So, and that's why you see when people get into marriage now, because they used hormones as the drive. It's hormones that, in fact, it's hormones that were speaking to them.
Yes.
Now reality starts speaking in marriage. And unfortunately, even what we define as true love, first love, it's not love. It is hormones speaking.
Yeah, love at first sight.
No, it is hormones speaking.
Yes.
If you literally look at it properly, realize it is normally not love. Because love is a choice, it's not a feeling. Wow. I choose to love the person I have loved. And I would want us to, that's why love is likened to God.
Yes.
The Bible says, for God so loved the world. He chose to love the world while still they're in sin. Hilda, if love was about emotions, would you choose somebody who is a sinner?
No.
Then it is a choice.
It is a choice.
So I sit and say, I am ready. I will choose you the way you are. I will accept you the way you are. I'm comfortable with you the way because I've been able to listen, known you, understood you.
Yeah.
I can be able to accommodate you the way you are. And that's why you realize then, if it is emotions, they wear out. With the time, that's what we call, I grew out of love. There's nothing like that. Then God would have grown out of love for us, for the many things we keep doing. So if the love, if you're using the same love that we define God for, I know English has given it many names, love, eros, the word, I know, but it's the same. It is a choice.
It is a choice.
So let's begin from dating. So dating begins when I sit and realize I am ready to settle for marriage. So that is dating. And dating, the purpose for it is purely fact-finding. I want to be sure, is this the kind of person I want to live for the rest of my life with? And sex is not, dating is not accompanied by sex. Dating should not be accompanied by responsibilities. Me taking responsibilities over you, because the moment I have taken responsibility, I will not have an opportunity to get to know you. Instead of knowing you, Hilda, I will now feel indebted to you. Because every time when we meet, you bring something.
Yeah.
So when will I even ask a question?
Ooh. We're focusing on the touch and not the talk. Yeah.
So it becomes now the gifts drive the relationship. All the emotions drive the relationship. What is supposed to drive a relationship is logic. And logic is where now I am sitting and saying, is this person the kind of person I want to live with? Is this the person I want as a father to my children? Is this the person I want as a mother to my children? You can't have that opportunity when giftings are the ones that are ahead of you. And all this is coming from changing our manuscript, what we are using as our guide. Yes. We have taken the world, and that is what we are using to guide us. So we have refused to be guided by the principles of God, and we have taken what everybody else does, what is trendy, what is done around the world, what I saw,
People's experiences.
So that is what I want to use rather than
The principles of God.
now. Distortion will come. We will have hurting children, hurting parents, hurting society, people killing each other, corruption.
Yes.
All manner of things. I will go steal so that I can come impress you with this big machine.
I think we are so used to dysfunctional relationship that when we see God's original blueprint, we think that's a bit abnormal. I love that you mentioned.
That's why I sound abnormal even as I'm discussing this.
Somebody might be listening and they're like, which world do you live in? Are you serious?
You want to tell us? Who word?
Okay. But you've mentioned something to do with God's principles. And I think sometimes we start wrong. And God has given us the power to make choices. And if we're not careful, we will make wrong choices.
Yeah.
So I want you to expand on that. What are some of the principles of God when it comes to dating right?
The book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 13, around 13, all the way to 15 there, the Bible talks about, I made you two.
Okay.
Husband and wife, that I may be able to get godly offsprings. So principle number 1,
Yes.
the reason as to why the hormones are functioning the way they are functioning from the age of that teen,
Yes.
is in preparation for you to produce a next generation. It is not just a next generation of people that don't know God, but a next generation of people that know God.
Powerful.
So my body is functioning the way it's functioning because God has made it that way in preparation that I will be able to raise the next generation.
Hey,
And not just a generation, but a godly generation. Now, kidogo tu before you respond.
Yes.
I cannot raise a godly generation when I'm not godly. Yeah. So what I am supposed to be doing from the moment I connect and get to know God is get to understand God and be godly. So that even when I am getting into the place of dating,
Yes.
it is very clear in my mind that for me to raise a godly generation, I can only be able to connect with a godly man or a godly woman so that I can be able to raise godly children.
Yes. Wow.
But because godliness is not our priority, that's why we were left with only a priority of raising a next generation without really minding what kind of a generation.
Yes.
Because we've not made raising a godly generation our priority. So, no wonder you will see a gap. Now, allow me to also go back and say, it is not really our challenge. Because remember, Hilda, we are coming from where we are coming from. It's the parents to my parents were not godly people. That's where they came from. So our parents got a glimpse of godliness, which was not very clear.
Yes.
I always say that it's like they got religion rather than godliness. And they pushed us to go to church. So we thought pushing people to go to church is godliness. Godliness is a lifestyle. Lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Lifestyle change from how I eat, how I talk, how I interact with people, how I handle money,
Yes.
how I raise children, how I have sex, how I relate, make relationships, marry. All that has to be godly.
Yes.
I can assure you, we have not been able to reach there as a church.
That is,
but we can.
Yes, we can.
So if someone is looking for an opportunity to raise the next generation in a godly way, then choose right from the beginning.
From the beginning.
And it is choose right from when you're 12. Immediately you're clicking into teenage, you choose right. And choosing right means not engaging in relationships before, in those romantic relationships, before you're ready for marriage, because you will be distorted. I don't know whether you've heard that now I have taken out the blame on us. It is the transition we have taken as a people in getting to know God. But I can assure you that the generation we are speaking to, which is you, Hilda, and the rest.
Yes.
This is the generation that is supposed to raise a godly generation. It is very easy to raise children who know God for themselves and who live a godly life, because you know. Some of these things we didn't know when you were raising children, because the ones who taught us to go to church and to memorize scripture.
Yes.
And we were very good.
And read the Bible on Sundays only.
Okay, see, you are not even reading. You used to go to church to inapewa maombi ya kuomba. Yes.
Memorize.
So maombi, there is this book of prayer, and you're told to pray somewhere, the prayers of getting from your mind. You're like, which ones are those? Beginning right. And beginning right is understanding right in association with God.
Yeah.
That the intent is to raise a godly generation. So there's no way I can raise a godly generation when I have kids, Dick, Harry, Tom, everyone.
Yeah.
I'll be distorted. And I'm not saying this that the person who has gone that direction, meaning that they are doomed. No, that is not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I am simply saying, and I'm speaking this for purposes of foundational, not condemnation.
Yes.
I hope the condemnation is not coming out, because sometimes when we talk like this, it sounds like we are telling people condemning. Now your case is done. It's done. That is not what we are saying. We are saying there is a blueprint. We are in the land business with my husband. My husband is a surveyor. So when they are doing surveying, for you to be able to find a control point, for you to find the other direction to measure land, you have to get a control point or some blueprint that you are following. So what we are doing right now is identifying that blueprints. When sometimes I feel very sad when we talk about relationships according to my thinking. I think, I perceive, I understand, the way I know.
Yes.
It will not cause an impact until we go back to the blueprint.
Yeah.
So once we've understood our blueprint here now is to raise a godly generation.
Yes.
The next one is, so then for me to be able to raise a godly generation, the Bible tells me that do not commit adultery. Adultery is not sex when you're married. Having sex with another person when you're married. it is having sex with anyone who is not your husband or wife. Meaning, if I start having sex when I'm 15, I am having sex with other people's spouses.
Oh, yes. Yes. Wow.
You got it?
Yeah.
So if I am having sex with this guy that I am dating, that person is not my husband. That person is someone else's husband. So I am committing adultery. Now, when God was giving us that command, he did not hate us so much. It's not that he did not know he has given us this desire.
He knows.
It is not that he did not know that these desires will be working in us. That is not the reason. It is just the same way on our roads, Hilda, we find traffic lights.
Yeah.
The purpose of traffic lights is not to please the policeman. The purpose of traffic lights, they are for our protection.
Yeah.
If I choose to ride without caring whether there is a traffic light anywhere,
Yes.
who is going to get hurt?
Me.
The policeman? No. The same way, when God has put commands and rules and principles, those principles are supposed to work for us.
Yes.
When we violate the principles, they work against us. In fact, it is the principle, it is the law that punishes us. It's not God. Like if I choose to live an ungodly life today, God will not punish me. The law I have violated will punish me. Why? Because I have been told, don't kill. So I go and murder someone. That very law is what is going to punish me.
Yeah.
So God has spoken very well. Do not commit adultery. Look at how adultery has battered us in the community. Singlehood, single parenting, children who are broken marriages, murder. All those things would not be there had we chosen to follow this law. So this law is the one that is punishing us, not God. I know we like saying that a lot. You will be punished by... No, God does not punish people. The law you have violated, punish you.
In fact, you're even told, don't judge. Stop judging. It's only God who can judge me as long as I'm on this world.
So if if a principle has been put and I violate it,
yeah,
that very principle I violated is what will work against me. So the trauma we are facing, the abuse, the pain people are carrying, the unforgiveness that is associated with these many relationships that I began without, I said without a goal.
a goal, yeah.
I said the relationship without a goal is disastrous.
Yes.
Because I am in a relationship which is not defined. Meaning, I can break every boundary. Where am I going? Nowhere.
Wow.
And that's why someone will comfortably go hire Airbnb and unachinjwa.
Imagine.
Because when you were getting into that relationship, it did not have a goal. So the other one maybe had a goal and you didn't have. So the goal was kuchinja. You just came in.
Wow.
We are good with dating.
Yeah, good. I think I'm just sitting there, I'm like, wow. Where was this knowledge? Yeah, and I've realized during our dating and courtship days where there are mistakes we are making, a lot of mistakes, and they have consequences. Whether we like it or not, there are always consequences to your actions. Let's talk about these mistakes. And then even as you talk about that, you can also talk about now that I've made this mistake, how do I rise up from this mistake that I have made? And where can I get this firm foundation?